Veronique, Veronique, bring that ass here. Because we're going to get into some things and I'm about to break down her character. Because this lady is a walking red flag that nobody seems to be looking at or comprehending or any of that. So we're just going to go through a couple of things. So let's go. So the introduction of her character, we don't really get into that. They don't give us a visual, right, of how Franklin and her met. And for me, that's a little bit alarming because we don't know where she's from. Okay, we don't know who her parents are. We really don't know what she does until after. So her introduction is very mysterious, and that's a little bit alarming. The first thing that her character did to alarm me in the Snowfall universe was in episode 4, Revolutions, right on this moment when they're on the couch and they're talking. And Franklin has the gun and sis goes and she takes the gun. She unloads and cocks the gun and boom, boom, and doing all these tricks with the gun. And I'm sitting there like, where did she learn how to do that? Even Franklin's like, where did you learn how to do that? And she says, oh, her mom. And then we get into information about her mom. And it turns out her mom was a scam artist who she used to help scam at the carnival. But what doesn't make sense to me is why would your scam artist mom, who only scams at the carnival, why would she teach her daughter how to cock a gun? It's not adding up. This lady is a walking red flag, and I don't know how nobody else sees it. Okay, so we go from her doing gun tricks, okay, in Revolutions episode 4 to season 5, episode 5, the part 1 Iliad, where she knows how to put the gun in her purse. Okay, she tells everybody to put the gun in her purse before the cops come. Okay, so where did you learn that, sis? Where did you learn to hide the guns before anything else? And then when the cop tried to come and get her up, right, so they could see what's in her purse because she's clutching the purse so damn tight, okay? She knows how to cue the crocodile tears right on time. She was one-eyed tear, two-eyed tear, all the tears. Like, the thing that bothers me a lot about Veronique is that she comes to Franklin and says, oh, I knew you were in the life, but I can't deal with that. I can't. Okay, so you knew he was in the life. You tell him you need to be safe and you can't deal with that. But when the ish be going down, sis be knowing what to do. Sis is about that life. Sis be cocking a gun. Sis be putting the gun in her purse. So she knows what to do. And sis knows how to scam. Sis knows how to forge documents in not one language, but 2, English and French. Okay, sis been scamming since she was little. So she's about that life. So what bothers me is why is she always coming to Franklin and saying she's bothered about it when you're about that life? It's not making sense. Everything she says, it just does not add up. And did anybody else notice that after the Iliad part 2, or I guess pretty much after the attack, sis was asking so many questions? They're at the doctor's office. What are you going to do about Teddy? They're in the office. What are you going to do about Teddy? She's in the bathroom. What are you going to do about Teddy? What are you going to do about the gangster? Sis, you asking way too many questions when you already know what the answer is. She asked all these questions in public, broad daylight, doesn't matter. CIA Teddy. Like, what really got me is when she was in the doctor's office and she's taking the ultrasound and she's hearing the heartbeat. And the first thing that comes out of her mouth is, what are you going to do about Teddy? And Franklin's like, why are you even asking me this? Like, it's not making sense. She didn't even say, do you think it's a girl or a boy? She doesn't even go into any details about the baby. But you want to sit here and ask about what Teddy's doing? What the gangsters are doing in the doctor's office? It's not making sense. And another thing that really alarmed me was when Franklin got back in the Iliad Part 2, Episode 6, the end, when he got back to Louis' place, sis didn't give him a hug, didn't hold his hand, didn't ask him how he was doing. What she did was she took it upon herself, actually, to leave the place, okay, to go home, quote unquote, by herself with no security. And then turns out she didn't even go to the home that her and Franklin are sharing. Where did you spend the night, sis? Where did you go? And you, Franklin, why didn't you ask your pregnant girlfriend where did you go for the night? Because she is the one that moved into his place. She doesn't have her own place. Okay? Okay, so moving on. Another thing that genuinely alarmed me, that had me screaming just a little bit, was in season 5, episode 7, lying in a hammock, right? That in the end, when her and Franklin are in the office talking, and Teddy is paging him, and she's asking him, who's paging that? Who's paging you? And he says, Teddy. And in the middle of the office, she blurts out, CIA Teddy? Oh my goodness. How are you going to say in the office, CIA Teddy? Like, no. It's not adding up. It's genuinely not adding up. And another thing that genuinely bothered me, that what she did was she went by herself, didn't tell Franklin, to Kane's place, his gathering, which was, I guess, was a bar. And then she goes and introduces herself. Like, girl, who asked you to introduce yourself to the man who just shot you guys up? So she just put a target on her back when essentially there was no target. The target's on Franklin, and it's not on you and your baby that now you made Kane aware of for some reason. And then she want to tell Kane, can you put out the cigarette for my baby because I'm pregnant? Girl, if you gave a damn about that baby, you wouldn't be in that bar with the nigga who just shot you guys up. You would be at the office doing your work like where Franklin could see you and you could be safe. And the thing that gets me is that she's doing all of this behind Franklin's back. That's supposed to be your baby father, and you're sitting here plotting and planning behind his back. It doesn't make sense, and she doesn't tell him about it. Like, everything she does, it either doesn't make sense or it's very sneaky. And I don't like that. I don't like her. And even in the new episode, the celebration, when Franklin was having his LSD hallucination, what did she say? She said, I will do anything to protect me and my baby, which includes betraying you. There we go. So boom, 2-2s, Veronique. With that, you're done. You're done. Your character is done. Either she gets killed off in season 5 or she ends up betraying Franklin in season 6. Either way, you're done.